CCR TV, channel of God's love. A warm welcome to all our viewers on this episode of Activists of Goa. Our villages in Goa are the fertile ground for social activism. Some of Goa's best known social activists began their activism careers in villages and then went on to bigger platforms later on in their career. There are many issues plaguing the local people, and all that they need is a voice to amplify their concerns. The issues need not be too complex, but yet some knowledgeable person has to take it up with the authorities and find an amicable solution. We have in our studios today a social activist who in the beginning took up social service to help the needy and later began taking up social issues in his neighborhood of Old Goa, which he thought would be harmful to the environment. He went on to raise his voice against projects that he felt would have a negative impact on his village. Today, he is a name to reckon with in the field of social activism in Goa. We welcome to our studios social activist Glean Cabral from Old Goa.
Hello.
Welcome to the CCR TV studios, Glean.
Thank you.
It's nice to have you here. Now that you are a social activist, can you tell us what does social activism actually mean to you?
Actually, it is a tool to serve the people and your village.
So you look it at that way, a
Yeah.
tool to serve the people and your village,
And the village.
in the interest of the village.
Interest
and
of the
people.
village.
So when and what actually made you take up social activism?
See, there was many issues in a village which was unsolved. So I thought, and no one was raising it. I thought it's better I tried at least to raise and find a solution for it. From then on, that way I started raising the issue which was affecting our village.
So it all began with issues only.
Issues only.
Whoa.
Which was unheard, like which was never brought in front of the administration and all. So that time I thought like at least somebody should raise that, so we'll get some solution for it.
So what was your inspiration, or somebody inspired you to go into this field when you were new to it?
Yeah, see, new means like lot of people from other villages and some well-known activists, architects, historian was concerned about Old Goa. And people of Old Goa was not that much aware and known means they was not that much aware and they was not raising from their own. So that time I came across with many activists and the historians or something. They told like you have to protect this. If you're not able to protect it now, for future generation you will not able to give them what is existing now, because you see we got it from our forefathers. We were not able to give it to our future generation. From that onwards, I started that it's need of the hour that somebody from local should come up and raise the voice against some whatever illegalities or something unwanted going on in the heritage village should be stopped over there.
So that was your main aim
Main
of protecting your own village.
own village.
आता now that you are a social activist, तुमच्या कुटुंबान, तुझ्या घराब्यान आणि कोण असो वडिलांमध्ये social
No, I am the
activist
first
आसा?
one, I think so. Corner so.
पयलो.
I am the first one.
ओके जाल्यार तूं सोशल एक्टिविजमान जॉइन जाताय म्हणटोस तुका गोंयच्यांचे कसले तरी ऑब्जेक्शन असले?
No, they
Tuझ्या
feel
कुटुंबाचे?
little concerned about me, but they never objected to it.
There was no objection?
No, because actually I was doing for my village, for my family. It's for like they never had objection. I was doing something good. I was not doing something bad and all. So they had a little bit concern.
No objection. They
No
had
objection, but they had a concern,
support.
like.
Okay. Ada, when you talk about social activism, are you a social activist all on your own, or you are a part of a larger group, a big group?
No, I am doing it on my own, but I have a support from other activists, from other groups and all, which always they support me on my issues, they are also concerned about that issues, so they always support me. But most of the time I raise my issue on my own with their support and all.
Okay, you said this. What is the response you get from your immediate neighborhood and the village as a whole?
It is good because of their response and their faith. I was able to solve many issues and raise the many issues in front of the public domain, get in the public domain.
Your villagers and your neighborhood supports you.
Yes.
They know that whatever that you are doing is for the welfare of their own
Yes.
village. That is for sure.
That is for sure.
And you're happy about it.
Yeah, I'm happy.
So this
I
is what
also initially when I started raising issue, I also didn't thought that this much response I'll get from my villagers and my neighbors. But when I started getting, people also appreciated me, and they also came in support in large numbers for the issues and all.
Okay. Glenn, I would like to ask you, are you an active member of any political party?
Yeah, a few years back I joined Youth Congress because there was some situation where I needed a political support in my village, because we was fighting with one political heavyweight. So that time I came across the Youth Congress, and from the forum it took many issues. Now after some time I'm a little bit dormant, but I was a member of Youth Congress.
You were a member earlier.
Because it was a 3 years terms. After your age attains, then you are not a member of Youth
So you are out of that youth
Congress
group. Okay, fine. But do you have any political ambitions?
No, not such. But sometimes you need a political solution also for some problems. Always doing activism, it doesn't work out. So sometimes you need a political solution.
Okay, you said you need political solution. Do you think your role as a social activist will help you promote in future your political ambitions, even if you don't have them now?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
So you're clear about it?
Yeah.
What are the problems that you have encountered all these years during your time as a social activist, and then you take up social issues?
So there was many problems, like we have to do follow-ups regularly and make up people aware, because there are so many complex issues which people are not aware. Like it was brought in backdoors. Some people supported it, some opposed. To make them aware and to show them the side effects of that issue takes a lot of time sometimes. So sometimes people easily doesn't grab the things, like what will be happen if that things come. Because what happens, most of the projects are government backed. So they show you the rosy picture. They say you will get this benefit, that benefit. But end of the day, it will destroy your village and your nature. So that time, sometimes there are opposition. You have to manage the things. You have to tell the people. See, it will for on larger interest. It will affect the people. It will not get. You will not get any benefit, but you will get ill effects of it in coming days.
Okay, Glenn, can you highlight some of the social issues that you have taken up so far, opposing any projects in your village?
Yeah, Greater Panjim PDA, which was brought right down to the inside the heritage village, heritage area. Second was a garbage treatment plant, massive one, which is also in the heritage zone. And third one was a helicopter ride, and other so many issues are there which are affecting. We are taking a fortress wall issue. We have one fortress wall which is not protected.
Where is that?
It is on Kadamba Plateau.
Okay.
So there is a lot of construction activities going on, because as per the legally there is no protection for it. So people are trying to encroach in that buffer zone area.
I've seen you are emphasizing on heritage village.
Yeah.
Old Goa is a heritage site. Okay. Now, considering that, how well informed are the local people in your village about the richness of the heritage?
See, Old Goa been recently developed. Like there are a lot of new settlers. Some are aware, some are not aware. We have to make aware. People love a heritage, but they are not aware of the heritage. There are so many things which are, I may say that it is not in the unknown to them. Some people, maybe it's not in public domain, or they are unaware of it. But there are so many things which should have been, saying publicized or broadcast or something. Should be awareness should be made about the things. One is that spring. We have an ancient spring over there. Fort wall is there. These are two things which are not known at large. Some people are aware of it.
As a social activist, what have you done to bring about a complete awareness in your village, among the youth especially?
So through our social media forums and all, we then through the Gram Sabhas and all, I always try to raise the issue, highlight of this issue about it with the authorities. So in that way, most of the people are aware, like what are things are there, what are things are going in our village.
Now that you are a social activist, you must be looked upon by the people in your village and in a different mindset by the politicians in the locality. Do you have any fear at the back of your mind when you take up such causes?
No, till the people are with me, I don't think there is a fear. Only I want, like, people should get aware, and people should come out on the street when we agitate, when we protest something for that. They should come. If they come, then I feel like it's like our motive is solved. Like if people doesn't participate, then we things like what will happen to the issue. People should come out. Then only we can fight for the issue. If they doesn't, we don't get support on the ground, I think so. Then issue will be not solved. So only concern was the people participating. But now whenever we had a protest or something agitation, people supported in large. So I don't think I have a fear for it, if anyone.
So you have faith in your people.
Yeah, faith
They
in the
will
people.
stand. Have you encountered any kind of, say threats coming from some source?
Threats.
Warnings coming to you?
Yeah.
See, you have taken up this issue, tread carefully,
Yeah.
something like that. Anytime have you faced
Yeah,
such
many
situation?
times again, but it was indirect threats. We see, because most of the projects was government backed. So there was a capitalist lobby behind it, or real estate lobby. So they always have their interest. So they tried to threaten me indirectly, but directly never had happened anything. But indirectly they should say, Baba, why you getting involved? Why you are only concerned? Why
So
no people
some
are not
feelers
concerned?
were sent to you.
Feelers was sent, saying that
How
nothing.
did you take them?
I take it as a challenge. I said, okay, I will try from my side. Let people decide. But people also supported me. So and then most of the problem we were able to solve the thing. We was able to revoke that things. So initially they tried to reject, saying that no, nothing will happen. Now everything is done. Why you object? It's now too late and all. But I said no, I will try. It is up to the people to decide what will happen to it. Whatever best I can give, I'll give it. Is it?
Glenn, as of now, what are the major challenges that you face when you take up such contentious issues, where even the government interest is involved?
See, there are many challenges, like we have to fight it legally sometimes with the administration. So it is not sometimes easy. But if people come in support, then I think so we can fight. We need a people support for it. Any issue, if people shows interest, then we can, I think so we can solve any issues like. So only concern is that people should participate in any issue. If they are like a moral booster for us. So anything like any issues, maybe it like any complication can be solved with the people's support and people leave the dialogue.
What were the major challenges or difficulties that you faced when you were fighting against the garbage plant at Old Goa?
See, major
Kadamba Plateau, right?
Yeah, Kadamba. See, it was something. First, it was actually started for land was acquired for CCP for 10 metric plant. So 10 metric tons. So then people started opposing the surrounding villages, and it was dropped. Government told in assembly that we are not going ahead with this plant, and we will search other land for it. Then after 1 decade, again that issue cropped up. Again the government went in war footing mode, saying that we will construct the thing. But in meantime, there was so many settlements area surrounding that plant and sharing the boundary with the plant.
Okay.
Now it is not feasible at all. And secondly, that area where it is very ecological sensitive. It is like it's a sponge for the it is on the plateau and it's a sponge. If you see that there is a lot of underground water table is there, it was increased over the period of time. If they do it on this type of land which is ecological fragile, I think so they will destroy the natural water course. It will affect the natural water course, because there is one creek generating over from that area plateau, and it goes right to Karamulim Lake. If this plant comes, that Karamulim Lake will also will get spoiled. So there are many concerns. I think so government had not came on the ground. It's just on the sitting in the AC rooms. They had bought this project. If you go visit that personally over their site, I think so anyone will say it is not feasible at all, and it is not practical. It is not good also.
As a social activist, do you believe in discussing the issue across the table with the person concerned and tackle it amicably, or is agitation your direct mode?
See, first, whenever anything say we give in writings, we try to discuss with the authorities. We try to tell our problems. What is what will be side effect of it. We give them some time to solve it. Sometimes it is amicably solved. Sometimes we have to agitate to get our things done. So not always that agitation is only the forum to get your things done, but you have to. There is a forum. So if that doesn't work, then there is the only option is that you have to come on the streets. and protest to get your things done.
This is how you look at it.
Yeah.
And so far, in this manner, you have succeeded whatever you
Yeah,
have done.
many things while discussion only we are able to solve the things. Some we have to take, we have to come on the street to get the things done.
How is the youth support to you in your such social issues and endeavors?
Some of the youth are interested, some are not, still not interested, I will say. They are interested but they don't want to come on the forum, or maybe they don't want to come on openly. They are interested but they are not that much concerned to, they will show your interest on Facebook or something, social media. They say we are with you, but when time comes to show, they may little bit reject to come.
Have
But
you-
elders from the village, they are like a backbone for the protest and all. They are always there over there.
Yeah, but don't you think when the youth come out with full numbers, in large numbers, that can make an impact?
Yeah, that is the all Goa scenario. People, youth, I think so. If youth comes out in a large number, we can change many decisions. Now, because of youth are not taking that much interest, government is taking for ride. Because I think so, youth power is a major power. If they come in on the street, we will able to solve up many issues like which are still going on. We are not able to find a solution for
So
it.
you believe in this?
Yes.
The youth are a major power, you said.
Yeah.
Am I right? So you know the potential that the youth have
Yes.
got. Don't you think you should build up a youth team, which in future can be your support pillars?
Yeah, still now after this issue, many youth are connecting to me and they are raising their own issue also. Like in maybe in Gram Sabha, first our village there are Gram Sabha, no one is to question. Now many youths are questioning, so it feels good like somebody is there, somebody is questioning the authorities. So I think in coming days we will find many youths coming on the questioning the authorities or questioning the administration, which is a good sign.
Glenn, can you tell us what are the special skill a social activist must possess to take up social activism? Is it only that leadership qualities?
No, one should have a love for motherland and for environment, and secondly, you should not compromise on issues. You should, and secondly, you should.
No, when you say compromise on the issues, can you put some more light
so
on
compromise
that?
means you should take your issue till a logical end. You should not leave the issue in middle.
Okay.
So then it doesn't work when you raise the issue and you don't take it to logical end. It doesn't work like. I think so like most of the things we should take it to logical end. Till the logical end we have to fight. What happens sometimes they will, so for some time they will put that issue on back burner. Again then they will get that big issue. After certain time they will see that people are quiet. They will try to get it back from the back door. So I think that main thing is we have to get it logical end. Till we don't get the issue to logical end, that issue will crop up it again and then.
Now coming back to that heritage issue, recently some of the social activists from Goa went and had a demonstration in Delhi at the Jantar Mantar, against that bungalow that has come up in the heritage site at Old Goa. Were you a part of this
Yes.
demonstration?
Yeah, I was a part of it. I think so. This is the first activist in history of Goa. I think the first time activists went to Jantar Mantar for the protest. That is a designated site where you can raise a voice to the center government and center authorities.
Okay.
I think so. Before that, no activist from Goa went over there. This was first time, and that is, I think so. It was the best thing to put this Old Goa issue, which was a local issue. Actually, it is an internal issue to put in a central domain. And actually, after that issue, we got a lot of correspondence when we raised the issue to the authorities. There was a lot of communications with the local authorities from the center.
Only after you raised the issue over there.
Over there.
So, you think that decision to go and demonstrate there was the right decision?
Yes.
What has been your contribution to this particular social issue that's happening there?
So actually,
Since it is in your own village of Old
actually,
Goa, besides being a heritage site.
actually, with this issue was raised with myself, some activists from Goa, and with the Heritage Action Group and Save Old Goa. It was in something in 2021 in June. That the first time we raised the issue, we brought this issue in the public domain. We showed this is the things are going on in Old Goa, and that time the construction was just started. From that day we started the protest, but still the proponent, building proponent went ahead with the construction. We didn't stop over there. We started mobilizing people to write to authorities, but it take almost 6 months to the authority to realize the thing is not legal. And after the building got completed, they issued him a demolition order or revocation order. It was too late. When we initially started, I think that time only they should have acted on that thing. They took it too long time, and meantime the building was ready.
Okay. As a social activist, you must have observed the number of road accidents that are happening. And there are a lot happening at your old Goa, that place which is very sensitive, coming down that.
Yeah.
So as a social activist, don't you think you can bring about also a bigger awareness on the rising incidence of accidents in Goa? What have you done on this issue as far as your village is concerned?
So
we read a lot of accidents taking place in the old Goa and that sector, on the coming down the Kadamba Plateau.
Kadamba Plateau.
Yeah.
So basically there were most of the that stretch was in darkness, and secondly there are problem of stray cattle and all. So and I think so now due to G20 and all, most of the area is electrified. So now I think so the problem will be solved for some extent. But my request with the authorities is that they should complete the remaining part of that link road. There is a flyover in the Chimal junction, which is very dangerous. They should immediately expedite the work to complete it as soon as fast. So because of that, lot of accident takes place, because it suddenly people are not aware that there is slope is there, and because lot of tourists come in, so they are not aware about the demography or geography of a Goa. They think that a straight road is straight road, but in Goa most of the roads are always turn. Then there are a lot of feeding roads which I think so should be
in the villages,
which should have a something should be done for that feeding roads, something separate access, because now we have
comes and joins
in the main road. There should be some service road should be made for the public to go, for locals and all, because what happens, it is not always convenient for the locals also to come on highways, and then that is the problem for them. I think so there should be some solution should be coming from the authorities, because our side, like when you said in old Goa, Koliman, there are many feeding roads, and it is directly joining to the highways, and which is also accident prone. There are also a lot of accident place. So there should be some, I think so, expansion of road will not solve the problem. I think so there should be a flyover for it. So at least if direct traffic comes, if it doesn't want to pass, doesn't want to come to village, or doesn't want to, just they want to pass it, use as a passing corridor, then they should use the flyover. So how it done for the Atal Setu and all. There was a lot of traffic junction problem when initially in Panjim, because if they don't want to come to Panjim, they was forced to come to Panjim. Now if they don't want to come, they can directly take Atal Setu and go to wherever they want. So same way I think so. In this stretch also, in Old Goa stretch till Kundam stretch, they should have a flyover which separates the villages from these main roads.
Okay, so you think the flyover will solve the problem?
Solve the problem, at least some problem, because most of the accident cases are due to
minimize
the accidents. Yeah, because the highway means people start raising the speed. So they doesn't know that some of the stretch passes from the village. So for them is highway, narrow down. So that flyover, I think so it will solve the problem. How it is like example of Shridaun flyover from Shridaun to it. I think so now after that there are a lot of less traffic problem. There are a lot of less accident. Otherwise there also it was accident prone zone. Old Shridaun bridge, and a lot of accident took place over there initially. Now after that flyover, a lot of problems are solved.
I want to ask you something. Besides social activism, what else do you do?
I do my freelancing job and all.
So you're busy with your freelancing job?
Freelancing job.
And how many hours do you devote for social activism in a day?
It depends, like how much I have to give. Sometimes when I don't know, like.
Are you kept busy the entire week, day after day?
Sometimes, some issues.
Not always.
Not always. Sometimes I'm always busy, like because now this old Goa issue is there. For last 3 years I'm with that issue only, like almost 2 years, like. So here and there I have to find out some solution, I have to write to authorities, wait for the feedback, wait for compliances, or
So
sometimes
the documentation.
documentation work takes time. You have to again and again visit the offices. So it takes time. So it doesn't work. Sometimes it doesn't solve within. I thought like in 1 week I will able to do that work. It takes sometimes months also. So I don't think always I'm in the social issue only. I don't think like 1 or 2 hours is enough for you.
Okay, Glenn, you said your preference is for heritage kind of social activism to protect the heritage. Can you, besides old Goa, can you pinpoint certain heritage sites in Goa that needs to be protected from getting destroyed?
Yeah, there are so
Have
many.
you made a kind of a
Yeah, in Old Goa only, nearby to Old Goa, in Kadampa Plateau, there is a one, it falls in Kurka village, I think. So there is a one underground palace of Raja Sondekar.
underground palace?
Underground palace of Raja Sondekar, which is unknown. And
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, it is not protected by any law till now. I think so. There are so like hidden sites are there, a lot of which are not protected and not are aware. Maybe it is awareness till the village level. Maybe it is all pan India, pan Goa. So this type of sites, I think so. This should be brought in public domain, and there should be protection for it.
There is a heritage action group and all. No?
Yeah.
Have you got in touch?
Yeah,
with them?
they are raising
They
that
are
issue.
aware of this?
They are aware of it. They are raising from their side. But people should come. Locals should come, and locals should try to get the things done.
When you say it's an underground palace,
Yeah.
is there an approach for that, or it is covered up for whatever reason?
No,
Hidden?
there is no approach road. I said it is in jungle. You have to narrow down from the jungle road and all. But if you if you will not able to find out, it is like it's like hidden. The small passage is there. It is not visible easily. If you when you reach over the spot, that time only you can find you can make out that is something is there. Otherwise, there is small opening is there and one stack is there. Besides that, nothing is there. All what you call it, all plants and all trees are there.
Right now, which is the issue that you are handling as of now?
That illegal bungalow of Old Goa.
You are busy with that.
With busy, I want
What
it.
is the current status?
Right now it is in the Supreme Court, and we were waiting for the judgment from the Supreme Court. So because if these things going on, if this type of illegalities starts going on in Old Goa, I think so in coming days we will not able to see that heritage sites and all. It will be concretized. Almost the plateau in the Kadamba plateau is almost concretized.
When is this case coming up for hearing?
I don't know. I have to see on the board like when it will come.
Okay. Now talking about heritage, there are so many things that need to be done in Old
Yes.
Goa, and especially as far as protection of the environment is concerned, considering it is a heritage UNESCO declared site, is there anything else that you have in mind, a vision for a better environment for the Old Goa entire region?
Yeah, when we was agitating for this bungalow, we had one more demand we had put in front of the government. It was to demarcate that areas on the regional plan. See, this type of
It is not on the
it is not on the plan.
Not on regional
So because
plan.
of that, lot of illegality starting coming up. Some people are aware, maybe some people are not aware of the boundaries of the buffer zone and protected area. So lot of real estate lobby try to encroach these areas because there are no as on the plan they are not marked. So if these markings come, there will be some red line. So they will be also aware, and after awareness, I think so most of them they will not come to try to encroach this area. Because of these loopholes, they are trying to encroach this area, saying on basic thing as per the plan it is settlement area, but actually the buffer zone area also shows as a settlement.
As a settlement area.
So they say it is settlement area, we can construct. So this should be stopped somebody. Only the way we can stop these illegalities in the encroached in the heritage area is to by bringing the that ASI plan, like ASI buffer zone plan. It was already submitted to the government long back, but I think so TCP department is not going ahead with that plan. I don't know, maybe some personal interest is there, some of real estate lobby. That's why it is delayed. It is actually overnight job. Everything they have on the table. Only have to copy paste the plan.
I see.
If that is there, will 90% of the illegalities will can stop in future. And remaining 10%, we need one good master plan for Old Goa. See, there are so many authorities. Central government are there. There are 2-3 central government authorities are there. Then state government. they should come on one table to discuss something. If you want to do something, what happen? They are not in coordination with it. They do as per their own wishes. So, do actually being a Old Goa is a UNESCO listed site, and many heritage sites are there. I think so. There should be a master plan with all the authorities, and they should work on that master plan. Whenever they do some development or maybe some something plans and all, they should refer this master plan.
So you mean to say they should all sit together? It is not
Yeah.
happening now.
No, it's not happening. One department is doing that, other department will object. So because they are not aware like which are the heritage area, which are very important area. They do as their own wish.
As a social activist, what is your plan to get this thing organized well?
Yeah, first.
Getting all the stakeholders together.
Yeah, this demand we had put in for long back. Still now we are not getting any fruitful answer for it. Now next year we will be hosting a exposition.
Yes.
So I think so authorities, now it's time have come up, they have to come on one table and discuss something for Old Goa. Because we had already lost our coastal tourism due to this unplanned development. We have only left is the heritage tourism, which is at stake. If we don't plan now, we don't have protect it now, I think so coming days we'll lose our heritage tourism also, which is I think so now it's a backbone, because any tourist who visits Goa come make a point to visit Old Goa. So Old Goa is also very important to Goa in Goan point of tourism sector. So government should think it's before it too late. They should plan something and protect this whatever is left. There is a lot of opportunities. There are so many venues are there in Old Goa which can be promoted for the tourism. Example, I said that Fort Wall. It is a 21-kilometer fort wall. It was once upon a time the biggest fort wall in Asia. They said 21.
I see.
So there, as per the plan, they had said some walking trail is there left. Buffer zone, they had marked a walking
There's
trail.
a walking trail.
Yeah, they had marked on the plan, but physically nothing is there. I think so. Government should restore that thing and make some tourist-centric visiting point something. So new tourists can come visit the point. So people are aware about
that will be an added attraction.
added attraction.
Those who are visiting maybe the Basilica of Mount
Jesus.
later on can be
They can taken over their side
trail.
also, nature trail and something like that.
How far is it from there?
It's nearby, it's on the Kadamba plateau only. It's a walking
distance.
Yeah, well, it's accessible distance.
You said it stretches up to 21 kilometers.
Yeah, it passes from 4 villages.
I see.
It passes from Karambolim, part of Azosim, Kurlim and Kumurzem and back to Goa, Old Goa. It was a fort wall.
Entire stretch has
some at least I think so 11 kilometers is still intact, remaining is not there.
Not there.
Yeah, but whatever remains, at least whatever stretch is remaining, at least on part of Old Goa, maybe on the Kadamba plateau, that we can show. In the Kadamba plateau, that wall is still visible.
So you are interested in taking up this particular protection of this fortress wall
we had written to the government authorities also, archives also, to archaeology department also to protect it.
Tourist
Yeah, it can. We told that. See, and there secondly, there was for this wall there are horse stables. They say in olden days in Portuguese to trade in horses, they used to tie their horses over there. They used to sell their horses over there. So
the
marketplace, something like that. They say selling point, and there was a battlefield. They say.
I see.
And a lot of kings from South India, they used to come.
Historical facts.
Yeah, historical facts. Yeah, still they are
documented,
and still if you see for the wall, still their horse stables are visible.
Can you take this as a challenge as a social activist to revive all this thing and get it into
we had talked,
good shape now?
Yeah, we had talked with archaeology also.
Because we are concentrating so much on the coastal belt tourism, beach tourism.
No, that actually government is I think so on the I don't think they had asked for some sites which are not protected. I think though they told us that when we spoke to the archaeology department, archaeology, they said they will try to list this site at least in. Some protection is given for it at least, or otherwise my request is they should list this as a state protected site, so it will have a more importance, and there will be funds also allocated for the restoration of this thing.
Okay. Glenn, I want to ask you a very sensitive question. There is a perception in the minds of the people, that social activists somehow have a very close rapport with the politicians. Sometimes they have an agenda in combination. How far is this true? What is your views on this? Is it true? Is there any reality in this? But some people always open. sometimes some people keep away from the social
Yeah.
activities for this reason.
Reason.
How far is this true?
I don't know. Maybe some cases are there, but not always.
Not
So all maybe not all the activists are maybe politically motivated, inclined and all.
Okay.
I don't think so. That
You are not.
I am not.
And you have told us in the beginning you don't have any big political ambitions.
No. See, when for my spade is a spade. I don't scared to say spade is a spade. Maybe it is from any political party
Though
likes
you
it or
have
no.
said you are not politically inclined, you are not having political ambitions. But do you subscribe to the view that social activism is a stepping stone to political ambitions? At least you subscribe to that view
No.
in some cases.
Some cases maybe, but for me it is. I don't think so. Activism is a stepping stone for the politics. There are other options also too. If you want to become politics, there are other options, so you can come in politics. But activism should be there. There should be critics for any decision. There should be critics. On that basis only you can analyze the decisions. Like, so what happens? If there is no critics, government, any authority takes is granted. They say everything is okay for the people. Maybe people doesn't want the thing, but they are not coming up openly. When you raise the issue, then that time they realize there is some bad is there in the issue. So there should be some critics. Without the critics, I think so it will not work. It will not have will not have a healthy legislation and healthy democracy also. There should be critics.
Yes.
We want development. People say there is a perception other that all activists are opposing the development. Or always government said it is
this also perception is there.
it is created by this capitalist and government. They say people are always, we are not opposing government. We want sustainable development. We say that whenever government wants to bring up some development or some project, they should consult the villagers. After discussion only they have to, what they do, they without consulting, without without being aware of our needs, they bring the project.
And they are forced down upon
They are
it.
forced down on us. Then people are they are forced to oppose it. It is not always people oppose it. Sometimes it is good, but it should be brought in a correct manner and with a discussion.
So the opposition by the villagers has a justified point or a cause. Am I
Yes.
right? It is not for the sake of opposing it.
No. See,
How many years actually are you into this field now?
so maybe almost more than 10 years. Something.
Are you happy with what you are doing and what you have achieved?
Yes. See, now it is high time. If you don't raise now our voice, I think so in coming days we will not see what is left in Goa. And I think it's a duty of every Goan. If they feel something is there, they have to raise the voice. Just keeping quiet, I think so they will boost the other party. There should be something. They should come and raise the voice. See, first you feel like I am alone, but at least alone one person should try the thing, and then you can change a lot of things.
Glenn, I really appreciate
Thank
the
you.
concern that you have for our Goa and the land, and I wish you all the best.
Thank
you
you.
very much
Welcome.
for making it to the studios today. So that was Glenn Cabral, a social activist who took up social activism at a very young age, and he is following his heart. He loves the heritage of Goa, and he is doing whatever that he can to protect this heritage of our land. We wish him all the best. Keep watching your favorite channel, the CCR TV channel. Thank you.